Hi, this is your short Pilates workout for skateboarders. If you regularly shred the gnar on that cold, hard concrete, I know exactly what you need. We're gonna mobilize the ankles a little bit, mobilize the wrists a little bit, open up the postural muscles, and strengthen the core. You don't need any Pilates experience. You don't even need to know what Pilates is. Don't worry about it. Just trust me. It's gonna feel good and it's gonna help you perform well. All you need is a yoga mat or the soft ground. This is a chill, low intensity, 1-2 arm on the strong arm scale workout. So grab your mat and let's get going. Okay, so let's start seated on the ground and we're gonna open up our spine a little bit. So wrap your hands around your thighs, sit with your sits bones right on the ground. You know what those are because they hurt like hell every time you fall on them. And as you exhale, pull your belly button to your spine, tuck your chin, exhale out your mouth. As you inhale, lift your chest, look up, really pushing your spine through your arms. Exhale, tuck your chin, pull your belly button in, look towards your hips. Inhale, lift your chin and your chest, look up. 2 more rounds. Exhale, pull the abs in, pull the belly button back. Inhale through the nose. 1 more time. Good. Making some space in the lower and mid back. And now come all the way up. And now sit up tall. So first, let's get into the knees. Oftentimes in skateboarding, you're using like one leg more than the other to push and the other leg to stabilize. So this is a knee series that helps strengthen the internal muscles of the knees, and that's your back leg knee. That's really gonna like it. Flex your foot, pull your toes to your calf, lift and lower this leg. 1, 2, sit up tall. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it at the top for the ankles. Point like a ballerina, flex like a kickboxer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hello, knees. And now flex that foot again, keeping your hips totally still, toes pointed toward the sky. Open and close the foot. Just 5. Hips stay still. 4. 3. Sit up taller. 2. And 1. Awesome. Relax. Now, we're going to take the leg that was just working, move it underneath your hip. Hopefully, you can sit up on the ankle. But if you can't do that, you can sit on a pillow and move your ankle out to the side. Now we're gonna mobilize the opposite ankle. So we'll move that foot in so that it's exactly in line with the knee, so that both the toes and the knees are lined up. And then from here, keeping the heel on the ground, lean forward on that leg and pull off. Lean forward on the leg and pull up. It's a really subtle stretch, but it's just opening up the Achilles tendon. Plus, this other foot is getting an opening on the front of the ankle. So we got 2 birds with 1 stone here. I don't like that saying though. I love birds. I love birds. I also do love throwing stones, not at living things. Okay, 1 more round here. You might also notice it kind of stretching into your hips. We'll do more of that soon. Good. And now slide the foot underneath and we'll switch sides with the leg raise series. So sit up nice and tall. Make sure both sides of your butt are flat on the ground. Hands around the leg just for balance. Flex the toes, lift and lower. There you go. 10 of these. 9, 8, 7, 6, almost there. 5, 4, here's 3. Ooh, my leg's shaking. Lift it up, high, sit tall, point as long as you can, flex as hard as you can. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Look at those calf muscles. Skateboarders have good calf muscles. Now we open and close, keeping the hips still. Open, close, toes to the sky. Here's 5. Here's 4. Breathe. Inhale, exhale, and 1. Release. Yes. Okay, lean into the bent knee. Tuck your heel underneath your butt. Sit up onto that leg and then move the foot back so it's in line with the knee. There's about hip width distance between your foot and your knee. Sit up tall and then use your body weight to lean into the ankle and release. You can do like 5 or 6 of these. And you can also do this before you start skateboarding. It's a really simple way to warm up. It's also good before snowboarding. I mean, let's be honest, it's good before just like getting out of bed. We need lots of ankle mobilization in order to walk well. Final one. Excellent. Okay. However you'd like, bring yourself into tabletop position. So knees are under hips and hands are under shoulders. Make sure you're not too long because you want to be able to pull your abs in tight. As you exhale, pull your belly button to your spine, looks to your hips. You know this, cat position. Inhale, open the chest, lift the chin. Exhale, belly button to spine. Inhale, open, look up. 2 more times, tucking your tailbone under, lengthening your neck. And 1. And open. And now find a flat spine. I know how much it sucks to fall on your wrists when you're skateboarding or inline skating. I inline skate, but my guy skateboards. Anyway, flip your fingers around so that they face your knees and open your fingers wide. You might move your hands closer to your knees here and now draw circles. This is also a really good warm-up to do before snowboarding or skating, just in case you do fall. It's gonna help keep the joints supple, switch direction. So if you do have a bad fall, it hopefully won't injure you as bad. And if you do this kind of thing every day, it can get way better. Same with the ankle stuff for if you accidentally roll your ankles. Okay, now flip the palms around. I'll face you here so that all the way to the wrist is on the ground. Bend your elbows a lot and rock side to side. I actually just cracked my wrist, got a little pop just doing that, so shows we need it. Elbows super bent, good. And now come to the center. Okay, so let's bring the elbows onto the ground underneath the shoulders. Just lightly interlace your fingers. Send the legs back and you're now in a forearm plank position. So a proper forearm plank is all about the core. Pull the front of your rib cage toward the back of your rib cage and then squeeze your butt and squeeze your inner thighs. You'll feel all the muscles in the core turn on, and that's the goal. You might even feel like your back is stretching a little bit. That's good. I'm really gonna focus our core work today on our twisting muscles around the shoulders and the core. So with that said, open your feet slightly wider and now drop left hip to the ground, right hip to the ground. Work in those internal and external obliques. So important for twisting, getting those turns in on the skateboard, looking over your shoulder so you don't hit a stupid scooter kid, or maybe you want to hit the scooter kid, no comment. But yeah, this is gonna help no matter what. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and now lower the hips down. So this is Stonks Pose. One thing I forgot to mention is we often end up looking over one shoulder more in skateboarding and snowboarding. So lift your chin up here, look over one shoulder and stretch your neck muscles. Chin to shoulder, chin high, shoulder, high, shoulder, high. And now the other side. Same thing. Lift and lower your chin. Good. And now come to center. Okay, coordination. Lay on down so that you have your bottom rib cage on the ground. Send your hands out in front of you. Press your feet against the ground. Head is slightly off. On inhale, raise right arm and left leg and pause. Keep the belly gently engaged. Keep the bottom rib and the hips on the ground. So we're just lifting opposite sides. And now repeat on the other side. I want you to keep your core pressed to the ground. So we're actually strengthening the core on back and front of body. And now we go side to side. Right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg, right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg. One more set. One more time. And now let's add on a bit. So it's right arm, left leg, lift, they stay. Then left arm, right leg, lift, they stay. Now right arm, left leg, lower. And now left arm, right leg, lower. Other side, left and right. Right and left. Left and right. Right and left. Two more sets. Right and left. Left and right. Right and left, left and right, final set, left and right, right and left, left and right, right and left. Okay, now lift everything up and hold. Good. This kind of working right and left side of the body different is a great skill for skateboarding. Let's swim, 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 swim. The spine goes into extension a lot in skateboarding, just moving the hips around. So this is gonna strengthen those spinal extensor muscles. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Hands under shoulders, push back to child's pose. Toes together, knees apart, head down. Ugh, yes. Okay, come on up and lay on your side. This is the best part of Pilates. It's called side series. We lay on our side, nothing too complicated about that. So tuck your feet so that your feet and your butt are on the back of your mat. So are your shoulders. You're laying in a straight line. Knees are bent in front of you and engage your core. Now here, lift up your knee without moving your hips. So the hip should not open to the sky, it just stays facing the side. Here you go, up. This is called clamshell. I always I don't know, that makes me think inappropriate things in my head. But we're not gonna go there. Squeeze the booty. And now hold the knee up, keeping the knee in the air. Lift and lower the foot. Whoa. So the hip stays where it is, still closed, still facing the side. The knee stays in the sky, and we just lift and lower the foot behind it. We're getting those hips nice and juicy. Good. Here's 5, 4, here's 3, here's 2, here's 1, and now we lift and lower the whole leg, so foot and knee touch, lift, foot and knee, lift. Five more. Here's 5, here's 4, here's 3, here's 2, here's 1, and now raise that knee up just a little bit higher than the hip. Draw a circle with the hip, not the knee. The knee stays still. Switch directions. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now send this leg long. So we're gonna bring back the point and flex part. So we do point, ballet foot forward, kickboxer foot backward. And as we do this, the ribs stay completely still. So often we use one leg to pump and one leg to stabilize, right? So by using just one leg at a time here in this class, we're kind of training the muscles, the oppositional muscles, to stay strong and to keep working. And hopefully classes like this will make you better at pumping with both legs, you know, switching things up, and less likely to injure a leg as well, because you've got extra muscles to support the primary muscles that move just in case something happens. Good. Here's 5. Heel back, squeeze your butt. The shoulders are still, nothing else in the body moves. Okay. And now let's bring that foot back behind you. Turn your toes to the ground. The foot's flexed just like before. Now tap the ground and lift up, pulling the belly back. 10. It's way behind you. If you look down, you shouldn't be able to see your foot. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now straighten that foot out, slide it forward one more time, toes face the ground, so the toes are turned down again. Still the hips are flat, tap the ground, lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, oh yeah, 6, 5, 4, the hips, they don't lie, and 1. Amazing. Bend this knee and then extend your bottom leg. And it's on the diagonal. I call this the Hugh Hefner pose. You see it, right? You see it? Okay, but anyway, take your bottom arm in front of you. We're gonna do a sit-up where the long leg knee comes to the opposite elbow. The bottom elbow will help. So we bend our knee, come up, that's the end, calm down. 10, 9, hello core, 8, 7, 6, 5, obliques, 4. Okay, now come back to your OG Hugh Hefner pose. Both hands behind the head now. Flex the long leg and then lift and lower it. You won't get very far because you're balancing on that bottom elbow. Whoa. For the inner thighs, and again, those internal knee muscles, or I should say medial, that means the inside part of the knee. Internal's not the correct term. It's medial, right there, see? Right there, yeah. Here's 2, here's 1. Now lower the leg down, point the toes, stack the legs on top. That arm comes out again to help you. And then I want you to prop yourself up so your upper body stays exactly where it is. And then both knees to the elbow, legs extend. 10, 9. Oh, I love the obliques here. Here it is. 4, 3, the bottom shoulder is moving a bit, but not much. 1, and now sit all the way up. We're gonna go into Mermaid. Bottom knee comes forward, top leg goes behind. The toenails are on the ground, totally on the ground, and sit down on the glutes. So this might be hard. You might need to sit on a pillow. That's fine. When you're here, start rocking from side to side like the beautiful mer person you are. That's right, gender neutral mermaids. That's the kind of stuff you're gonna get in my Pilates classes. Last two. Last one. Feels good. And now center. Okay, let's loosen up the lower back. So from wherever you are, reach your hands forward, press them on the ground, and then pull your belly button in, move your head towards your chest, and tuck your tailbone under. So your back is a big curve, kind of like that cat pose. Now as you exhale, come up. Okay, whole series on the other side. So bring your feet where your head was. That's also why we usually wear socks in Pilates, because otherwise you're gonna be smelling your own foot junk. Hand underneath your head, line up your joints on the back of the mat, including your shoulders, knees slightly forward, belly strong. Ready? Clamshell. Remember, it can help to put the hand on your bone of your front of your hip, your ACES bone, and make sure that even though you can feel it move when the tendons move around it, the actual pelvis is not opening to the sky. We're really trying to isolate the hips here. It's not a bad thing if you do that, but you won't be working the hip muscles like I'd like to work them, knowing what skateboarding is all about. It won't necessarily complement, your skateboarding tomorrow if you let your hips fly around. We could also make some jokes there, but I'm not going to say anything else. Okay. And now lift that knee up, engage the belly, lift and lower the foot. This is a version of can-can. Yes. Doing the can-can. That's how us bada skateboarders get ready for a session. No embarrassment, no shame. Can now, flip some badass shiza later. I am not gonna ask you to do a kickflip, by the way. I will not ask you to do that during this session or any other time I see you on the street. Won't do that. Last two, last one. And now keep that leg up, draw small circles from the hip, not the knee. Keep the breath smooth. And now switch your circle direction. Feel the butt working. You can touch yourself. Feel that booty. Good job. And now release, send the leg long. Pull the belly button in, keep your hips and shoulders still. Give me a pointed toe forward, a flexed foot backward. This is called plantar flexion. This is called dorsiflexion. And we need these movements in order to do tricks on our skateboard. So you might as well get them done in your Pilates class. Strengthen those muscles so that they don't, so that they perform when you want them to, and also so that they don't get hurt easily. So get good at pointing those toes. That's another reason why we do Pilates without shoes on. We really just want to strengthen all the muscles in the foot. Give it tons of space to spread out. Inhale forward. Exhale backward. 4, 3, almost there. Longer leg here. And now hold the foot back, tilt the toes to the ground, but keep your hips strong. Tap the ground with your big toe, lift up. 10. Try to keep the side belly on the lower side from moving on the ground. Try to just keep it still. Here is 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now come to the center, straighten that leg out, wind it forward, pull the belly in, drop the toes to the ground, tap, lift here. 10, 9, 8, ow, 6, 5, 4, straighten the knee, come on, really push through the heel, and 1, point that toe, bring the leg back, and find Hugh Hefner pose. So now we're going to bring our bottom arm underneath, take our back hand behind our head, bring our elbow to our knee, and come back down. The foot, the bent knee behind you, foot, is pressing into the ground. It's gonna help you lift up into this side crunch. I love crunches like these, where we go right to left and left to right, because that's the way we move. Our core is a diagonal functioning mechanism. Here's 5, 4, 1 more, and release. Now both hands come behind the head. You're propped on that bottom elbow, even sexier now. Bottom foot is flexed, using the inner thigh, lift and lower the leg. So you really want to keep the toes pointed to the side. We're looking to use the inside of the thigh, not the top of the thigh. We already worked the top of the thigh. Push through your heel to straighten your knee. You might even see it. Look at that vasti medialis, inner knee muscle. Look at it work. Yes. Whoa, there's some balance here. Here's 5, 2, and 1. Yeah. Point that toe. Bottom hand comes forward 1 more time. Feet come together. Prop yourself up a little bit onto your elbow. And now knees to elbow, leg extends. 10. Feet forward on the diagonal. 6. Twisting muscles. Here we come. 3, 2, and 1. Yes. Let's find our mer person. Sit on up. Bottom knee comes forward. Top foot comes behind. Grab those toes. Lengthen the ankle. And try to get both sit bones on the ground. That's your butt bones. Go to one side. And up and over to the other. Go to one side. And up and over to the other. Final time. And now come through center. Final lower back stretch. So tuck your tailbone in a little bit and then walk the hands forward. Chin is toward the chest. And now come all the way in. Okay, we got 1 more round of belly work to go. So bring the feet forward, wrap your hands around your thighs, in a real slow motion for me. Roll back. Once there, the feet move a little bit closer to the glutes. Great, glutes. And now when you exhale, press your lower back into the ground. So you'll feel your pelvis, your pubic bone, there I said it, lift toward the sky a little bit. You'll feel your butt cheeks more active, and you want the lower back against the ground the whole time. Take your hands behind your head and point your elbows a little bit toward the sky so they don't need to be wide. Now, keeping your lower back against the ground, drop your rib cage down towards your spine. So just engage the belly muscles. You're not letting your belly button like hollow out. It's just like a flat core. As you exhale, do a crunch really slow. Look toward your knees. Keep your back against the ground. And as you inhale, release, really more slow than you want to go. As you exhale, keep your belly flat, crunch, crunch, crunch. So you shouldn't feel any muscles in your chest, should only be the muscles in the core. Inhale, lower down. Rib cage is still flat. As you exhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Roll up, look towards your knees. Try to get a bit higher. Inhale down, lower back against the ground. 3 more, super slow. Exhale, pull the belly button tight. Look towards your knees. So the whole time our lower back is against the ground, you should be shaking just from the effort. 1 more time, rib cage in, belly strong, slow, slow, slow. Come up to the top, stay here, feeling the muscles of your core flat, feeling your front ribs pulling down. And now take your hands out from behind your head. Penguins, tap those ankles. 10, 9, 8, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now slowly lower down. Feet as wide as your mat. Hands up over your head, palms face the sky. And now bring your knees to one side, look in the opposite direction, and to the other side. This is my favorite way to relax the back and loosen up the hips. This is another good hip warm up to do before you skate. Or if you just wiped out, this is a good way to kind of reset the pelvis. Last 2. Last 1. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna come up, knees to your chest, tuck your chin, look towards your knees, roll like a ball, which is also a good practice. Rolling when we fall. Good. Bring one foot into a comfortable position as well as the other foot, maybe like this. And I end this class the way I end all of my classes. No matter how cool you think you are, you gotta take a breath with me and everyone else who did class with us. So inhale, arms up over the head. Exhale, hands to your heart. Give yourself a bow. Now show me a kick flip. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'll never ask you. I won't ever do that. You got you. This is funny. I got you.